So guys, the Fantastic Beasts free week continues. With the trailer coming Thursday, Warner Brothers have released the first brand new character posters for the Secrets of Dumbledore. So let's break it down. But before we start, make sure you subscribe to get my trailer breakdown on Thursday and all the other Fantastic Beasts free videos coming between now and April. So yeah, let's get to this. We'll take a look at the posters and we'll talk a bit about the characters. And where else better to start than the main man himself, Albus Dumbledore, and his opposite, Gellert Grindelwald. Obviously, Dumbledore's background is clearly Hogwarts Castle, but for Grindelwald, I'm assuming it's either his castle Nuremberg or Bhutan, where his plan to take over the Wizarding World is unveiled. And you'll notice with each of these posters, the colour orange is ever present. Either orange light from the character's wand, or an orange glow around them. And I think it's safe to say this orange light represents the Phoenix, which is ever present in all the marketing so far. And you'll notice orange is present on Grindelwald's poster, but also the infamous green light from his wand, which is obviously the killing curse. And I suppose this is to help him stand out as the main villain. But unlike Voldemort, Grindelwald hasn't used the killing curse yet. And I think that's kind of because Grindelwald spent majority of the last film creating a public image. An image where he is seen as a hero and a revolutionary. Whereas behind closed doors and against his enemies, we know who he really is. And I suppose Grindelwald killing people in public is not a good look. That's why he gets his minions to do it. But I think by the end of the movie, Grindelwald's true face will be revealed to the public. But yeah, what can I really say about Dumbledore? He's the main character and the driving force for this film. His name's in the title and the marketing centres around him and the familiar elements from Harry Potter, such as Hogwarts Castle. And if you know me, you watch my videos, you know that Albus Dumbledore is my favourite character, and I'm a big fan of Jude Law. So yeah, next up we have the Scamander brothers, Newt and Theseus. Newt is clearly in the Chinese forest, where he meets some sort of mysterious beast. And one of the guidebooks refer to this creature as a Quilin, is that how you pronounce it? Quilin? And Wikipedia describes it as a legendary hooved, chimerical creature that appears in Chinese mythology and is said to appear with the imminent arrival or passing of a sage or illustrious ruler. So whatever purpose this new beast serves, Newt Scamander is the man for the job. Not only is he an expert Magizoologist, but he's also the leader of Dumbledore's first army. The team that Dumbledore has set up to stop Grindelwald taking over the International Confederation of Wizards, and moreover, the Wizarding World itself. And then we have Newt's older brother Theseus, who's also a part of Dumbledore's first army. And his poster is the opposite of Newt's. Whereas Newt is in a forest, Theseus is clearly in some sort of building, perhaps the German Ministry of Magic, and that kind of suits him as he is a ministry man. He does work for the British Ministry of Magic. But saying that, I'm not sure if the ministry knows that he's joined Dumbledore's first army. Possible that might cost him his job, because even though the ministry wants the downfall of Grindelwald, they might want to do it above board and not part of some sort of vigilante group. And then we have Queenie and Jacob. Queenie is clearly at Nuremberg as she is one of Grindelwald's followers now. And I've got a whole video explaining why this is, but basically Queenie has been misled. She wants to be of Jacob, she wants a world where everyone is free to love who they want. And Grindelwald has convinced her that's the world he wants, but that's one big lie. In Grindelwald's world, Jacob and Queenie won't be together. Muggles will be in subservice. But obviously Grindelwald has not told Queenie that. But Queenie, being a legilimens, is very useful to Grindelwald. And he does not want to reveal the truth and risk losing her. And then we have Jacob, who is clearly at his bakery, and he has his controversial wand. There's been so much debate whether this wand is real or not, and whether Jacob is a wizard, a squib, or a muggle. Already done a video where I explained how I feel about this, but here's a thought. Imagine if this picture leaked before the trailer, and we see Jacob with a wand. Can you imagine all the crazy theories that we would make? But yeah, for now, Jacob and Queenie are on opposite sides, but I think love will bring them back together by the end of the movie. And then we have Credence Barebone, also known as Aurelius Dumbledore, the so-called brother of Albus. And on the other hand, we have Albus's legitimate brother, Aberforth. And on first glance, I'll admit Aberforth's poster looks kind of weird. It definitely looks like some sort of Photoshop job. It just doesn't look right. But yeah, that's Dumbledore's brother, the owner of the Hogshead Inn at Hogsmeade. And obviously the film is called The Secrets of Dumbledore. There's no surprise that Aberforth is here now. Not exactly sure where he is in the poster though. Maybe his pub, or perhaps Bhutan, which seems to be where the third act will take place, at the headquarters of the International Confederation. And Credence is obviously in Nurmgard, because just like Queenie, Grindelwald has convinced him to join him with one big lie. And you notice Credence is sporting a much longer hairstyle now, and he could totally pull off a young Snape. But if you've watched my videos, you know why I think these characters are linked. I think it's safe to say Aurelius Dumbledore is not Albus Dumbledore and Aberforth's brother, but he is definitely part of their family. And then we have Yusuf Kama and Bunty, Newt's assistant. They are both part of Dumbledore's first army, and I think they're both at Hogwarts. But we have seen Yusuf in the trailer with Grindelwald, so nobody knows where his true allegiance lies. And if I'm being honest, Yusuf was a very forgettable character in the Crimes of Grindelwald, so I'm surprised he's back and part of Dumbledore's first army, because without Lita and Corvus, what's the point? Unless all the Elder Wand theories are correct, and they need Yusuf Kama to stick around for now. But yeah, Bunty is also part of the team. She had a small role in Crimes of Grindelwald, but this time around, looks like she could be an important character. She was the one that organised Dumbledore's suitcases in the trailer. And you'll notice that Tina is not present. And sorry to say guys, Tina will not be in this film for very long. Maybe 2 or 3 scenes at most. And I think it's unfair to say that Bunty is Tina's substitute, but it kind of looks like that to me. This is a good one though. Teddy the Niffler and Pickett the Bowtruckle. And it's fair to say these are Newt Scamander's main creatures, and they always seem to be saving his ass. Just like in the trailer, Pickett has Newt's wand, and is standing on something, no idea what, but because he's got Newt's wand, it's likely Newt has been disarmed, but Pickett steals it back, either in the Manticore cave, or perhaps captured by Grindelwald. And then we have Teddy the Niffler, which is the best name ever. He's on some sort of book, and it looks like a book that would belong to Albus Dumbledore. And is it just me, or is Teddy holding the golden snitch? And we know Nifflers love shiny things. And the golden snitch was a decent part of the trailer. Dumbledore was seen with it, and it was also seen flying around Hogwarts. So I think the golden snitch will be part of this film in an important way. Remember, Teddy was the one that got the blood pact out of the fires of Paris. Risked his own life to get it. And what's the odds that Dumbledore has hidden the blood pact inside this golden snitch? And because the snitch has got flesh memory, it'll only open to his touch. So he gave it to Teddy to keep it safe until he can destroy it. And I love that. And it shows us how much Dumbledore respects, sees the good and the worth of people and even cute little Nifflers. And I also like how the beasts are worked into the plot and help out Newt and Dumbledore. Next up is Professor Lally Hicks, also known as Lally, the Charms Professor of Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in America, and one of Dumbledore's close associates from the Phoenix book. Remember, she spoke to Nicholas Flamel in the last movie, and she is part of Dumbledore's first army this time around. And her background looks like some sort of ball or party, and it looks like the dress she's wearing is the one that's on display at the Harry Potter Studios, but it has no name on it, so I think it's safe to say it belongs to Lally Hicks. And why she's wearing a dress? Likely she attends the German Ministry of Magic party, where Jacob and Queenie meet again. And I know I tried to pair these characters up with someone connected to them, but the next character has no connection that I know of to Lally Hicks, but there was no one else to pair her with. And this character is Anton Vogel, and supposedly he is the Supreme Mugwump, basically the head of the Wizarding World's UN. And this position, the Supreme Mugwump, is what Grindelwald is after, because this will give him the power, the position and popularity to start his war with the Muggles. And I'm assuming the backdrop for this is that temple in Bhutan, which could be the headquarters of the Confederation, which brings the next characters in, Vincentia Santos and Liu Tao. I believe that's how you pronounce those names, but I apologise if I butchered them. These two are who Grindelwald is going up against to get the job of Supreme Mugwump. Santos seems to be in the same place as Theseus, so it might not be Germany, probably as Bhutan. But Tao is definitely at Bhutan. And Tao is actually a member of Dumbledore's Phoenix group, just like Lally Hicks. We saw his nameplate in the book, and it's likely he's feeding information about Grindelwald in this campaign to Dumbledore through these books. So we have 3 candidates going for the job of Supreme Mugwump: Santos, Tao, and Grindelwald. But what about Vogel? Is he the outgoing Mugwump? Has his term finished? Honestly, not really sure, but no matter who wins this, one day Albus Dumbledore will get the job of Supreme Mugwump. But I don't think it's this movie. I think it's much later on. I think one of the 3 wins, and there's no way Grindelwald wins. Or at least I doubt it. But you never know. But yeah, we're on to the final one now. Vinda Rosier and a brand new character called Helmut. Obviously, Vinda is Grindelwald's right-hand woman. And Helmut, like I said, is a brand new character. He's probably the new Abernathy, who is not in this film. Or at least the actor won't return, for definite. And I believe Helmut, or however you pronounce the name, is German. But he's definitely part of Grindelwald's army, as confirmed on Twitter. Vinda's definitely at Nurmgard. Looks like the same room where Grindelwald spoke to Credence and revealed the Phoenix and his true name. And this Helmut is likely in the castle too. Honestly though, I don't really care for this character. Why is he getting a poster? But I have a soft spot for Vinda. I love her look, and I think she could be a very interesting character. She's kind of like Grindelwald's Bellatrix, without being completely insane. She is the right-hand woman, second in command. But her screen time has been so little. But I think her best scene so far is when she met Queenie in Paris and then introduced her to Grindelwald. And I'm hoping she does more in this film, because like I said, I've got a soft spot for her. And I'd love to see her go up against Lally Hicks or Tina whenever Tina comes back. Because even though Tina doesn't get a poster and she won't be in this film much, she will be back. She does marry Newt, and there's no way she's not coming back. But yeah guys, that's it. Make sure you post your thoughts on all these posters. Honestly, it's nothing too exciting, but it's nice to have some posters. They're not the best posters ever. I would say Dumbledore and Grindelwald are my favourite. But I think it would have been a good idea to include the names of the characters for these posters, because obviously we know the main characters. But a lot of the secondary characters, especially the new ones, nobody really knows who they are. And I will admit, the characters are kind of getting lost in all the colours and backgrounds. But they're just posters, and I'm not bothered. It's the trailer on Thursday that I'm really looking forward to. And we're going to have some real fun with that. But yeah guys, I think that'll do it. So I'll say thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you soon.